Okay, so brief presentation of ourselves. We start with that. Nice to meet you all. I'm Claudia Montis. I'm proud to lead the data analytics and automation team in Medtronic. And I'm here today with my manager.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Enina, and together with Claudia, we are working in AR Central team, which is focusing on tools, reporting, automations, and process enhancement. And today we're going to present you one of the projects which actually Claudia was a part of as a project manager from the very beginning, from day one, and we are really proud of it. So stay tuned. I hope you will like our journey.
Yeah. Can we say journey? Are we still allowed?
I guess not.
Okay, so more than journey, I will describe it as an adventure, but a good one, I must say. We learn a lot from it. And today we are going to discuss about customer portals from a different perspective. Forget anything. We had a nice conversation before about invoicing, uploading. Yeah, uploading invoices in the portal, but this time it's Medtronic, and maybe we can spend a few words also about Medtronic, but it created a solution for the customers. So we came with a value proposition to them on how to ease every sort of communication that we have with them with relation to finance. So Medtronic, who's Medtronic? I'm pretty sure that many of you already heard it, and I hope for good reasons, not for worse, because it's we work in the medtech industry. We are pretty strong with that. It's a leader company that engineers medical devices, and or worldwide. We are leading the field in 150 countries, 95,000 employees. So as you can imagine, every project that it's a global project, it's really tackling the life of many people, not only customers, but also employees. So where do we start? Well, maybe we can take a step back, and what I can ask you is does your company have any portal where customer can log and handle end-to-end their finance accounts?
And we'll do it by just raising hands. So those of you who already do have some portals, no matter if it's customer care portal or finance management, please raise your hand. Okay, I see one. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we can tell you something more about ours. Every adventure starts, of course, with a goal. Where do we want to lead, and what is the vision behind it? Of course, our strategy in fiscal year 20 set for us the very high goal that we want to be, and we want to lead the sector of healthcare technology, delivering service excellent. What is service excellent? We want to build our services around the customers. And whenever you want to understand how to do that, you need to speak with them. You need to understand what are those pain points that, by addressing, you will get them more effective, and will make it easier to deal with us on a daily basis. We know many problems we have in collection. Sometimes we talk about numbers, even something like DSO. Okay, it's something that we constantly have in our mouths when we are having conversations around credit and collection, how to collect more money, how to ensure that customers can pay in shorter time. This is one of the solutions that we talk about with our customers. What is it that constitutes a problem for you whenever working with Medtronic? We heard that it's difficult for them sometimes to understand who to contact, who's the point of contact. They had many in the past. They had a point of contact for dispute. They had a point of contact for if they haven't received their invoices. They had a point of contact if the cash was not applied. So we needed to create something that was more unique and immediate for them to understand, well, let me contact this group of people and they will resolve my problems. And then another big one was the transparency. They kind of felt that every time they were talking to us, they didn't have so much visibility of what was happening afterwards. And I think this is kind of a common feeling that you as a user, but also your customers, I'm sure, whenever they are sending even a disputes to you, do they know straight away what is happening to that? If that was assigned to somebody, if there is somebody that is working on it, how long it will take to resolve it, and so on and so forth. So we thought about all these pain points. We had like a go-to-market initiative involving many customers of all sizes and all different types. And we heard from them what is their way of working so that we could adapt to that. How to optimize the process then was the biggest question. So we took the pain points and we tried to think, okay, so how can we improve the processes from all this perspective? And to give a unique address, okay, where our customers can go and immediately retrieve all the information around people that they have to contact, action every claim that they have straight away without having to get in contact even to anybody, because let's face it, nowadays, in the digital era, do you really need to wait 2 minutes online to get somebody over the phone, or to send an email and to wait 48 hours? That's generally the SLA that every team has, to get a reply. And do so for so many days until you get a credit note back. So we thought that this was not the way to go. We wanted to be a little more like lean. And that's when the idea of the portal started. We need to be honest, we didn't come up with the idea. It's actually the finance module, as we are going to present it to you. It's something that it's already plugging in. Other modules that were already existing. Our customers are today able, in the Connect platform, because this is the name of the platform that Medtronic has created for the customers, to place orders, to check the status of the orders, to retrieve documents related to deliveries. They have a search catalog for products, and they can even log returns requests so that they can do everything online. So at this point, it was kind of natural that we needed to also include in there a module that relates to finance, where AP people, okay, accounts payable teams, could have access to 24/7, full transparency. They can download from there all the copies. They can even choose from different formats. They can retrieve statement of account, and it's not just, an Excel file that is going to be downloaded, but it's something interactive, let's call it this way, and really user-friendliness. It's what we really spend a lot of time in investigating and addressing. Every line, every item that is included in there, they can, of course, work directly online. They can retrieve the statement of account page, even an history report. So also looking at items in the past that have, in the meantime, been closed. And they can retrieve in there what is the status. Many times, for example, a customer is sending a payment, but we don't know how to allocate the payment because the remittance is not yet arrived, right? So we are communicating that to the customer, and we are instructing them on the best action for them to take please send us the remittance because we don't have the instruction on how to allocate the payment. Or maybe this payment, we receive it twice, so please get in contact with this person or with this team. They can find payment information because we mentioned transparency. It's really like the biggest goal that we had in mind when creating the portal. So you send us the payment. This is how we allocated it. And if there's anything that you want to let us know, maybe some wrong allocation, just get in touch with this email address or log a dispute. And again, raise and verify dispute status. This is probably what our customers found the most useful as a feature. You realize when you are receiving the invoice that maybe the price is incorrect. You can retrieve in there the purchase order, the original purchase order. You can retrieve in there the delivery note. It's easily extractable. Even you can massively extract all those documentation. You have something that it's facilitating what we call the three-way match, meaning that they have a purchase order, they have the invoice, they have the delivery note, and they can cross-reference the information. So for them to realize immediately if there is something that is wrong and open a case with a couple of clicks. Of course, it's not something that we have built overnight. We started from the idea, but then there was the go-to-market initiative, really getting in touch with the customers to understand what was problematic to them, having relationships with Medtronic, what channels they liked, which ones they didn't. And we tried to put a business case together. Of course, useless to say, you need to make your due diligence going down and get the budget approved. There was a planning of the sprints because the functionalities were multiple that we wanted to offer, and we decided not to go like, to have like a big bang go live, sort of. We decided to go like with pilots, and then from there we moved country by country. But it was not so complicated actually. We managed in 2 go lives and 2 sprints, and we will see later on what this split is about. Another very important exercise that we did in 21, design with UX. Okay, so it meant that we have invested money in having it properly designed, because also navigability was one of the biggest topic, and also performance was one of the biggest topic. Let's face it, customers will never spend time waiting 2 minutes for a page to load with the data and the information. So we really worked and we really dedicated 1 year just to design it and then showing it again to the customer, because it's not just about guessing and understanding. And don't get me wrong, of course we had the best SMEs, and this is a global project, so it means that we had a huge pool of SMEs that participated to this. They know the customers the best. But from this side, you can only guess. We are collection, and we need to guess what AP is doing, right? And every organization is a different work. So we really went back to the customer saying, this is how we thought about structuring it. How do you like it? What changes would you make? Is this corresponding to what you had in mind when you discuss about resolving some issues and so on and so forth? And of course, we went to all the different sizes and types. This is how we sampled the customers. And yeah, so from there, we started really like trying and move forward towards execution, and then of course testing, and there was an important communication campaign that Janina will tell you more about it later. So I will try to wrap it up here. What is our tool actually offering the customer? As I mentioned before, statement of account. There's a sum up, and it's unfortunate that I cannot show you a teaser, but unfortunately we had some problems with that. The customer logs, and it's try to imagine your SAP, but 10 times more user-friendly. They have the list of all the items. They have some sum up that it's telling them this is the balance, this is the credit balance, this is the debit balance, this is amounts that we didn't manage, that we received but we didn't manage to allocate. Line item details with the status and the possibility to download in many different formats the statement of account as they prefer to download it. They can retrieve files, as I said, mass download. It's an opportunity they have so that they don't have to spend time requesting one by one invoices or delivery notes. They can just pick everything that relates to that specific invoice and download all the documentation that relate to that. They can create a dispute. So a couple of clicks, they can select invoice and tell us what the problem is. They can select what is the reason, like the macro area of the issue, and then more specifically tell us what is the problem with it. And we also have some automations in the background that is helping us, facilitating our dispute team really to handle all that flow of incoming requests. And even more important, dispute overview. So straight away, the moment the dispute is logged, they can go there and see that the dispute has actually been opened, that the dispute is assigned to somebody that is working on it, if it was resolved, if it was not resolved, and even better, if it was resolved, how it has been resolved. How many times the customer is coming to us saying the price is wrong, but they are mentioning maybe the wrong contract. And we need to go back to the customer justifying the reason why we are not creating the credit note. And everything is in there. Everything is trackable. They can download documentation. They can download the communication that we have sent to them for the resolution of the case. And the history report is the last feature that I'm going to talk to you about. It's like the statement of account, but it's really looking at it from the historical perspective. So you can select the date range. And this gives them the possibility to look according to a key date, even to items that have already been closed in our ledgers. So yeah, many things are more to come. It's a journey. So it means that what went live so far is not the end result. We do have customer surveys on the, let's say, appreciation of the tool. We can also receive feedback from them, and we encourage also the collector to gather feedback on the tool so that we are constantly capable of remodeling it according to what are the latest needs of the new pain points that we discover from the customer. I believe it's going to be you.
I will take it over. Thank you. And maybe before I go into my part, I would like to highlight that we designed it all within Medtronic IT and our own department, so we didn't outsource the solution, and we tried to do it with our own forces. Right or wrong, we will see later. So imagine you launched your portal. It's finally in production. It's been tested by everyone, so customers are ready to use it, or you assume so. And your theory is that everyone would jump on it and start using the portal from day one. In theory, yes. In practice, no. And maybe colleagues from whoever have already launched the portal could face the similar approach. But to make your portal a success, you need to really pay attention to a couple of very important aspects, not to underestimate the preparation for go live. And probably even within the phase when you're still developing the portal and still preparing it for go live, you need to start already at this point planning. All right, so in 2 months I'm launching it, or I'm ready to show it to my customers. Do I have materials ready? Do I have the campaign ready? Are my people ready for it actually? Do they know how to navigate through the portal? Do they know how to use it? What's in it for them? And this is a very critical part, because you really need to understand who will be your key stakeholders and who will be all the departments and functions involved into the process of onboarding. And everybody needs to have a clear role and responsibility and a timeline by when you would like them to complete certain thing. And Of course, the key role here will play your people, especially, of course, collectors, but also probably cash application team and maybe customer care who are interacting with the clients regarding the portal, and they can promote it on all the ends. But do not also underestimate this point, because unless your people will really understand the why and the added value for them in the portal, they might ignore it or try to keep their usual routine and just continue working as usual. And just imagine it, you are asking your collectors to withdraw their current way of working with customers and take something offline. So some people or some functions might not be ready for it, and they might perceive it as a change, unnecessary change, so they will keep on running in their regular routine for a while. So you will need to implement a very strong change management before you launch the portal, and make sure that all the people are onboarded. You have win their interest, and they actually want to promote the portal to the customers, because they will be the ones calling clients and using the opportunity, saying, hey, today I'm sending you the copies of these documents, but tomorrow please log in into the portal. This is how you can get the access rights, and please try to do it yourself. You have the benefit of having online data without need to wait for my response via email. So this is very critical. Before you actually go to your customers, it's really very important that you understand how you would like to approach your clients. Is it via email campaign, or maybe you want a webinar, or maybe you want to do some mass communication followed up by phone call? So this is all what you will need to consider from many aspects. And then once you start seeing customers onboarded, you will need to monitor data, and in fact you will need a lot of data, trust me. You will need to understand how many customers you're onboarding weekly, which countries are trending, which types of customers are more let's say, more friendly and open to the portal. What sort of functionalities is being used? Do they prefer to download invoices or maybe just statement of account? Why don't they log disputes? So you will need to make follow-up actions depending on what is going on. And the data will provide you with these insights, so don't underestimate it. And of course, you will need to measure success through these data because, of course, everybody's interested to understand was the portal success. And because you have different functions and different stakeholders, everybody would be measuring it different way. Because your business case owner would probably be interested to see the dollar equivalent of the saved time and what we want to do with it. While your credit managers and their teams, for them the KPI would be the amount of onboarded customers. So you will need to provide each function with different set of data and ensure that it's up to date and you really have the access to the source. And if you think that launching the portal and having it widely used among everyone is the end of your challenge, you are very wrong, because even the moment you decide to create a portal, you're actually committing to something that will last basically forever, as long as the portal exists, because you will need to constantly survey customers, understand what they want, are they happy with the technology, maybe there is some functionality they are missing and you could strongly benefit from it all across the functions and regions. Then you will need to monitor global trends of technologies, what you could plug in, how could you make your portal faster, or maybe implement a chatbot. So it will be a lot of survey, a lot of evaluation, and then again you will need to collect the budget, create the user case, collaborate with IT, implement it, test it, communicate, collect the data, evaluate, and you will basically evolve with your portal constantly, and it will be like a circle of constantly repeating process. And some of our lessons learned, basically if we go back in time, we would do a couple of things differently, and one of them is, or 2 points are actually related to the collaboration with AT and how we actually approach the launch of the portal itself. So it's very important you have someone who is capable of communicating with IT in their own language and translate user requirement into IT technology, and then being able together build what you actually want. And then it's the phasing of how you would like to launch it. Maybe you would like to use kind of divide it into chunks and avoid this big bang, as Claudia was mentioning, because if something is not working well, then you might need more time and people to fix it. And yeah, the main one is the creation of customer value, so that they actually start using the portal and you don't face the situation that you have created something great based on the most modern technologies in the world, but nobody is using it. You need to ensure that your customer understands the value, your people understand the value, it's promoted, and you have proper teams involved into this promotion. And for example, marketing team could play a very critical role, so you don't invest your energy and time into preparing some mass communication, which will in the end have a very limited impact. I see we're on top of the time, sorry for that. But if there are any questions, I'm not sure we have capacity for a couple of questions, or you can find us around. We'll be still here around lunch and we can answer your questions. Thank you.